Alone at the bar, a dwarfish dung beetle sat dwelling on his failure.
So, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm recovering from a grade 3 concussion. Orsom lost his left arm, and after buying medkits and dried meat, I don't have enough money for cactus rum.
So you aren't feeling good?
No, I'm not feeling good.
I'm sorry, man. Who would have thought that in the middle of the desert there would be 30 renegade ranchers and no treasure?
If we can't hold our own against a group of outlaw farmers, we are never going to defeat the Southern Hivers.
There was once a great German philosopher who stated, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger."
Oh yeah? Who said that?
Kanye West.
Kanye West isn't German. Well, actually.
Listen, we went southeast. I say we go northeast to a city called Catun. A lot of lost drones are said to reside there, and there also may be a robotics shop for Orsom.
And if not?
We still get stronger.
Feck pondered the proposal. He was battered and bruised from their last excursion, left with the feeling of ineptitude. But that stabbing feeling of hope still prodded at his chest. Alright then, let's go. In the last episode, Feck gathered together a crew consisting of one man and 2 umbrellas. After finding nothing but a mollywopping to the far southwest, they head the exact opposite direction towards the city of Catun. Or maybe it's Catun, whatever the hell, you know what I mean. Along the way, they take a small break to break the spine of a couple of outlaw farmers.
Take this!
One had a hefty bounty, so the boys took a pit stop at Clownsteady to turn him in.
Oh, yeah.
Afterwards, they used his pal for a game of pickup basketball.
Kobe!
They then continued their trek across the dunes, which was quickly paused as it seemed a bone dog was stalking them. And that singular canine kicked the dog shit out of them so effortlessly, he didn't even work up an appetite.
Which bumbo clot dog I am? Cause this morning I wake up good enough. Give me a good blood clot dog.
Humility is a virtue, one the Kenshi gods continually shoved down the crew's throat, but nothing would stop them. They eventually arrived at the Bone Fields, where they were welcomed by a friendly-looking Shek, holding a fun-time stick. At the time, I did not realize this, but Feck was wearing mercenary armor that caused it to be on sight when the manhunters spotted him.
Jesus Christ, help us all, Lord.
Eat shit and die.
Oh my god. Hey, get back here!
It'll take more than a scratch to stop Dornil Khan.
Alright, a little bit of friendly fire there, not great.
You are terminated.
After defeating Gwen, Lord of Shitters, the boys found 2 roaming peasants who, unfortunately for them, had a $2,000 price tag on each of them.
Nigga, did I just catch you having fun?
Grab him by the pussy.
With 2 new prisoners hoisted over their shoulders, they continued through the dawn, leaving pointed footprints in the sand, until the city sat on the horizon. The guards welcomed the odd group into their walls with wary eyes. All but a fellow Short King who knew what the fuck was up. Alright, what is the chance that they have a fucking robotics shop in here? The chances turned out to be 0, but at the very least, the boys would turn in the 2 bozos for 4 bands.
Guys, he was so loaded!
Feck was gaining confidence as a leader, honing his skills as a shadow in the night.
Could you get out of my house?
Learning the limits and strength of his abnormal body structure to take advantage of his environment.
Yoink!
He would go into the local bar to enjoy his first bottle of cactus rum since he was alone, where he would notice a flat-headed flea much like himself sitting aimlessly.
Without a master, I am nothing but a lost goat. I was built to serve. Are you recruiting drifter? I charge 5,000 cats.
$5,000 would be a big chunk of their savings, but Feck saw something in this creature, much like Crep saw in him. We'll take him. Take what we can get. The Bonefields looked, from the safety of the walls, to be a land of opportunity. Any animals from the wild were quickly offed upon approaching the city limits, leaving the scraps to those who wished to butcher them. But in the near future, they would find that on the outside of the walls, the tables would be turned. Feck had never witnessed wildlife like this in the Hook. Giant bug-like Goliaths roamed the dunes, something that Waltow specifically took keen interest in. The bugs returned to the bar, while Waltow said he was going to do some target practice. So, what's your story, Tuner?
I was a Southern Hiver caravan guard. My prince wanted to travel to Mon to sell straw. We had never traveled that far before because other caravans said the route was too dangerous. But my prince wanted to make a statement for us, that we were willing to go anywhere for the queen. Unfortunately, the other caravans were right. Not long after leaving Mon with more cats than we have ever earned, we were ambushed, but not by man nor by beasts, by buck. Blood-stained faces, blue armor, and serrated pole arms. We were massacred.
Did anyone make it out?
I was knocked down and trapped underneath our pack, Garu. Once last of us fall, their prince ordered bugs to gather our bodies so that the king could feast. Said, "King, drink our bodies from inside out, like how fat child devours cookout Oreo milkshake."
Holy, roly, ollie.
They must have missed me under Garu. By the time I awoke, Garu had ran off, and all that was left was me. They took everyone.
How the hell did you end up here?
I tried to follow Pheromone back to the hive, but by the time I got here, I have lost all scent, and with that, my place in the hive.
Those bastards know nothing but death and destruction. I was once one, and so was Orsum, but they banished us because they said we were freaks.
Why is your husk not purple like them?
They never dipped our bodies into the grape Kool-Aid to signify our place in the Southern Hiver army.
Died with grape Kool-Aid? What the hell is Kool-Aid?
Those goddamn aphid-sucking spineless shitards are gonna pay.
So what happened to you, Masaru?
I don't remember. I just like walls.
What about the human?
Well, we were both slaves. He helped me escape, and I repaid the favor. From then on, he decided to follow me. I owe him my life.
Where is that guy anyway?
That's a good goddamn question. Turns out he was face up in the sand, like a sardine in a can. Feck found his friend in a macabre scene of death and destruction, but luckily for Waltow, he was everything but dead. Interestingly enough, all of the viscera did not just belong to his friend or the Leviathan, but to the gate guards stupid enough to try and take on the beast. Laying before his stubby feet was a treasure trove of specialist-grade samurai gear, ripe for the taking. Oh my god, we just made it out big time. This is the most amount of progress I've ever seen. By the time the sun rose, every single usable square of their inventory was stuffed with it. Waltow may not have been aware because he's in a recovery coma, but he had just unintentionally changed the crew's life. All that remained was getting it back to Clownsteady, a task that would prove far harder than any of them had imagined.
Hello there.
One skin spider almost wiped them off the face of the earth. Bandits, manhunters, and caravans alike all knew to steer clear of the bone fields. as getting killed was the best possible end out here. You were a lot more likely to watch your friend get eaten alive while a beak thing pecked at your legs. This place is fucking terrifying. All we want to do is go back home, even though we technically don't have a home. Their first bit of trouble would come in the form of bone dogs, who luckily were just hunting for sport. And before they could even put themselves back together, a band of four-legged skin shitters launched an ambush. Waltau was quick to distract the spiders, as he was far more appetizing than the green-blooded bugs. While they were preoccupied, Masaru did his best to patch up the team. Eventually, the skin spiders lost Waltau's trail, and he was able to rendezvous with Masaru to build a bed and come up with a plan. Masaru stayed and watched over Tuner and Feck, while Waltau brought Orsum to safety. They were going to have to ferry them one by one to the coast. Not a preferable proposal, but it was the best thing they had.
Hello, how are you? I am under the water. Please help me. Here too much raining.
Immediately upon awaking from his recovery coma, Tuner grabbed Feck, and in order to carry him, he was going to have to drop some of the gear in the sand. Waltau looked to have been ambushed by some dogs on the way back to the crew, so Tuner patched him up. The boys were hanging on by a thread. All it would take is one beak thing, and they would be nothing more than bones decorating the dunes. I mean, this has gone horrendous, dude.
Hello, how are you? I am under the...
With Waltau in the water, everyone was finally safe, or at the very least accounted for. In the morning, Tuner returned to retrieve the loot, only to find the bed still intact. Sometimes you must sacrifice the gear of today, so that you may live to see tomorrow. What the fuck, man? You can't even take a second in Kenshi to get a cinematic shot without Royce Gracie kicking you in the nuts.
I was like, damn, nigga, what you doing out here with all this ass? Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon.
I guess the trade-off is you get to have moments like this.
Because apparently you're spinning around and apparently you get dizzy.
At dawn, Tuner ran to the local slaver markets to buy some supplies. Unfortunately, even with all of that nice gear, they would not be able to wear it around the cities, unless they felt like inviting a samurai patrol ass meeting. Upon his return, Tuner cooked up some grub while also huffing straight carbon monoxide in order to wipe the past few days from his memory. And as the boys were gearing up to leave, a green booger man decided to donate his body to science, also known as Masaru's Fit. And with absolutely no hiccups at all, the boys returned after their first successful venture.
2 weeks later.
Last time I played was probably 2 weeks ago, so I don't remember what happened. I know we came back here, so that's good. We have all these boys. We have a new face, Tuner. Alright, I think what we're gonna do now, since we have a good amount of cats, I want to start doing some research. Alright, let's sell all these teeth. Don't need these. Make all of our money back. God, we got a lot of good shit. Let's get a bunch of these building materials. We can buy 2 plates, and let's also get some books. We got a good amount of stuff. Now let's go to the way station. I think they have a nice little building in there that I could use. That'll be perfect. Perfect, perfect. Just wild Garu? Get him, boys. Orson, please don't lose another fucking limb. Beautiful. Goddamn beautiful. First thing we're doing is we're buying this. Let's buy it. Oh, I forgot we gotta fucking repair it. Beautiful. She's a bit slanted, but it'll work. Now, with a proper base of operations, they could research the necessary provisions to build a compound in the future, and store their stolen gear. Alright, here's what I'm thinking. We need to get Orsum a fucking arm, really bad. After equipping each member of the team with the appropriate weapons and armor, the boys left the safety of the way station walls and headed towards the only place I knew for a fact had a robotics shop. Here's where we're gonna go. We're gonna try to cut just like this, all the way up to Shem. This would be the most ambitious campaign the crew has set out on before. But now, more than ever, Feck led the way with confidence. Oh wait, that's Waltow. Same shit, you know what I mean. While they were en route, I noticed the crew was looking a bit short, and I wasn't just talking about Feck. Are you fucking kidding me? Why the hell are you all the way back here? Oh god. Oh, thank you, perfect. That's actually exactly where I wanted to autosave. Well, this idiot might have just fucking saved us by not being with us. Well, at least that helped their toughness a little bit, that's good. Orsum, you might be a dumbass, but you just saved our lives, not gonna lie.
They forgot I'm him. I'm the Himulation. I got my DNA test back. Turns out I'm 100% Himalayan.
After a restless recovery in the sands, they continued on through what, in theory, would be the most dangerous section of the journey, the burning swamps.
Watch it. The swamps are full of monsters lurking and hiding in the vines, waiting to pounce on their prey.
But in an anomalous turn of events, there was no instances of blood spiders or beak things bending them over and with the large tree trunks at their back, they gazed upon a flat valley full of various lakes. They had made it to Shem. And in Shem, the most valuable thing isn't the rich, fertile landscape, but the roaming groups of involuntary, ravenous nomads, full of sweet, sweet toughness XP just waiting to be beat out of their emaciated bodies. Okay, I think everybody's sufficiently healed. I do appreciate the lack of creatures, that's nice. I like not having to deal with bone dogs and beak things and spiders. At dawn, as the sun rose, the group continued heading north to the local village, which was ran by a hospitable group of nomads.
You're hurt. Is there danger nearby, Roamer?
Unfortunately, they had nothing to sell but livestock. Damn, those are expensive. Let's go to the way station. Tech's gonna make his way to the way station, where they should have a robotics center, so he can fucking buy Orsum an arm. It's about damn time. I say his chances are about 33% that he gets there without getting ganked. I think that's pretty good. That about gave me a heart attack. Let's take the scenic route. Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. I haven't seen this place in like fucking a year, probably. Now I know where this piece of shit is. Tried to hide from me last time. Hello, sir. Is there a reason I can't buy this? Oh, it's because I don't have the money for it, because that's the sell value. I'm an idiot. Alright, so we just have to get him standard. Well, that blows. Alright, that's fine. I guess. Before his departure, Feck had some very expensive and heavy robotics parts fall into his pocket, unbeknownst to him. What a damn shame. God damn it, Orsum, I got something for you. Son of a bitch, how do you not have fucking room? Imagine it's the wrong arm. Let's go. Let's go to this smuggler's bar. Let's see what this is all about. There she blows.
I can't afford that.
I can't afford that.
Let's see what we got. Do I have some stuff for you? Take this. Masaru took a gander at the accommodations upstairs and found another Hiver sitting indiscriminately at a table. I'm looking to get out of town. Need a doctor? Maybe. What are you charging? I need 6,000 cats up front first. Can you cut me a deal? Nothing personal, pal, but my skills are valuable and I ain't just joining some penniless chump, so are you worth something or are you just gonna be a nobody? I don't have the money, dude. Then I ain't walking with yous. We need to make a little bit more money and the guy has no money to fucking buy anything. The group would spend the next couple weeks lingering around the bar, fighting any bandits in the vicinity. It's just wild garus. Oh my god, it's a fucking massacre. Block. God damn it, Feck. You're supposed to be the defense master. There we go. Feck knocked the shit out of him. Ooh, look at that move. That's a new one. Dude, he is a little tank, dude. He's taking 6 damage a hit from dust bandits. Oh, good shit, Feck. Oh my god. Hungry bandits have attacked the bar. Kill him. Nice job. That skeleton is not playing games. Oh, come on. She's already down, boys. We don't need to kill her. Oh. Kill that idiot. Smack him. Yeah. What the hell happened to this guy?
I'm dying. Help me.
He went down easy as shit. You got it, buddy. Oh, damn, he did not have it. Though Orsum's skills left a lot to be desired, Tuner would prove to be a deadly warrior. Him and his Naginata would become forged together through battle, tempered perfectly for the sole purpose of slaughter. Masaru, too, took kindly to his weapon. He may be opposed to breaking walls, but not to breaking skulls. And though Tuner's talent may have overshadowed him, Masaru's indomitable spirit would be unmatched. All the while, Feck was doing a different kind of training. If he wanted to take full advantage of his stature, he was gonna have to get strong. And what better way to train strength than dragging a battered beak thing with stones shoved up its ass around the sand for a couple of weeks? 4 hours in of Feck dragging a beak thing back and forth with a fully loaded inventory, stacked with rocks. Oh Jesus Christ. Can you have a fucking break in this game for 5 seconds? Well, at least now we can test and see what kind of damage he does. What does 4 hours and 80 strength get you? Hit in the head immediately. 56. 59. Alright, I am not super impressed. On the bright side, Feck is a tank. He's taking very little damage from these pipes. That dude got fucking tossed. Holy shit. I mean, if you're taking one of these poops on the toilets, you know it's bad. Oh my god. Mayday. Fuck, you can't run, you gotta have to fight. I mean, to know that we can kill 3 big things is pretty nice. He was trying to initiate a mating ritual. Let's see what Feck's physique looks like. Yeah, that's a strong lad right there. This is Larry Wheels. That's actually kind of more like Lee Priest. At the very least, now we're strong enough to defend ourselves, so... that is pretty good. We'll take that. We've literally spent 30 days at the bar. We need to go do something different. We're gonna see if there's anything around here. Ooh, lost armory. We could try. And so the crew set out to the Deadlands, hoping to procure some more loot. Do these come to life? I don't recall. I do somewhat remember this. Having the best stealth, Feck volunteered to check out the building. And that dude is strong. Can't take that away from him. Upon his intrusion, he was greeted by some combative clankers. Okay, that is rather bad. Lucky for him, they were easy enough to kite away so he could see what they were guarding. Alright, it's gonna take us a while, but we'll get through it. God, he is beefy, dude. He's got some biceps on him. He looks like that one Russian dude you'll see on, like, YouTube shorts that's eating out of a big ass pot. Ooh, we got in there.
A Sunday school special shirt ass, boy.
That is extremely good. Oh my lord. Oh god. Run, Feck. That hurt like a bitch, Feck. Boys, your assistance is needed. So we'll take that. Just a whole lot of work for a whole lot of fucking that. Keep her going. What the fuck are those? What the hell is that? Is that a satellite? I have never been here in this game. Is this what Venge is? Oh my gosh, we found a way station. This isn't a way station. This is a dilapidated shithole. What the fuck? There seem to be some robots coming after us. Venge is a barren wasteland, bathed in boiling heat. Headless mechanical thralls roamed the landscape with no other goal than to erase anything organic. Even with all of their training, a group larger than this one could easily wipe them out. Not to mention the fact that half of the team was injured. They needed to get out, and fast. Tragically, their worst possible fear materialized. The first to fall was Tuner, and not long after, Waltau and Masaru also fell behind.
Oh no, no! Please, God, help me!
Because of all that strength training, Feck was able to outpace the robots. He fucking made it. He placed comatose Orsum in a sleeping bag and ran back into the flames. Lucky for Feck, the thralls seemed content just to knock out Waltau, so this rescue mission would be easier than he thought.
Help! Help!
Feck had had enough. He wasn't about to let these blind, phallic gay rafts take his men. Yes. Their lives once again relied solely on him purging these heretics. How did he instantly get up? That is horseshit. Kill him, Feck. Yes. God, you're a king. You do this for your family, Feck. We are never going into Venge again. Never again. By the skin of their teeth, they made it back to the bed. They were going to have to take the night to recover from such a devastating beating. That was terrible. But at the very least, we came out of it with iron plates, a nice new katana, a moon cleaver, and a pretty sick little shirt. Was it worth it? Lord have mercy, that's a big-ass dog. Flats Lagoon seemed to be a relatively safe region of Kenshi, and as they were traversing the dunes, a city peaked on the horizon. Feck had never witnessed such a structural phenomenon. There was no telling if this place would be hostile or not. This place does not look friendly, but we're gonna take the chance. Caravan. Waltau, go talk to this fine gentleman. Well, we could sell him all this shit, right? Let's buy a bunch of these. Let's buy some more of these books from him. Enough to sell him this black and chain shirt. Sell him that. 26,000. We're looking good. It wasn't hostile or a mirage. This was the city of Flats Lagoon, ran by the tech hunters. A perfect sanctuary to get new and better supplies. Oh, those are really cheap. We'll get one and put it on Orsum. Oh yeah, that's nice. Thank you, brother. What do they got in the armor shop? Hello, sir? A Masterwork Eagle's Cross. Let's give this over to Orsum. How does he look with that hat on? Oh, he looks good. You know what? I think I want to live by this town. Morn is right there. Catun is right there. I kind of want to see what Grey Shelf is. Orsum looks so fucking dumb with that hat. I love it. I think we just get that shit, man. It's too good. Is there any bow in here that Waltau would like? Because that stuff does kind of save our lives. I do want to have one. Ooh, a specialist toothpick. I think we just get this, dude. We can get one of these better ones later on, but the toothpick for now is fine. No, this place is it. This place is the shit. This is the crew right here. Hell yeah. I like it. I say we build like somewhere. I think that island might be perfect in between Flats and Morn. I don't think that's a bad idea right there. I don't know how much real estate we're gonna have, but let's see what Grey Shelf is. The boys crossed the border into Grey Shelf and found it to be a serene, rocky terrain. It does not look like there's a lot of shit out here. This looks pretty desolate. For the most part, it was, other than the gigantic apex predator stalking them. He was still no match for their pole arms. Dude, some of the shit that happens in this game, you just don't see that in anything else. Let's keep on exploring. The farther they went, the less this place felt like the normal rolling deserts they were accustomed to. Tall volcanic mountains and evergreen trees dominated the landscape. Over the top of the ridge, they stumbled upon a ruin, but unlike the last few, this one was completely unguarded. Holy shit. Boys, it's safe. Come on. Masaru went in and gathered all he could carry. Eventually, another overgrown guinea pig came to ruin the fun. Get to the beaten. Nice job, boys. We will continue to explore. For better or for worse.
Red, ring.
Oh god. A Southern Hiver drone. Only one, but this boy meant business. He was packing a menacing weapon and a hefty 53 attack. That boy's got some shit on him. Dude, that dude was a tank. That was one fucking guy. Gutter Pike?
Yoink!
It looked like Grey Shelf was controlled by the Southern Hive, which explained the lack of bandits. Even they were smart enough to steer clear of their wrath. The crew tailed them at a safe distance and watched them demolish a gorilla and claim its corpse for their king.
King will suck on it. King will suck it dry.
While following the patrol, Waltau regaled the urban legend of the Forsaken Howler.
They'll suck out your eyeballs and leave you blind in the ashlands.
Great. We will cross that bridge when we get to it, eh?
Too late, you'll have no eyes. And they've got these tentacle arms, they snatch you with and...
All in favor of no talking. Say aye.
Aye.
Eyes.
Eventually, they followed the Hivers all the way back to a village. Feck knew that in that village there would be supplies, weapons, and a boatload of cats. But along with that, a lot more Hivers than just a platoon. I mean, a part of me wants to go investigate the village, but another part of me knows that that shit is gonna go terribly. Feck stared, weighing his options, until Waltau told him that they should wait until they were better suited for a fight. So they headed back towards Flats before they were spotted. Unfortunately, it was too late. Another patrol had seen them on the road and launched an attack. The crew didn't stand a chance. They were using goddamn 360 tornado jitsu attacks, some real Jackie Chan shit. They fractured the group and took them each out one by one. It was only a matter of time before the whole crew was crumpled in the dirt. For whatever reason, though, the Hivers didn't take them hostage. They were satisfied enough knowing that the gorillas would have something to feast on come nightfall. Once the coast was clear, the boys picked and patched themselves up the best they could. I mean, those guys pushed our shit in. Did we damage them at all? Oh my god, we did fucking nothing to them. They would have to sneak out of this godforsaken hellscape before they were spotted again. We need to fucking get out of here. Once they had crossed the border into the flats, they would hear some commotion on the trail ahead. A Western Hive caravan, tearing apart a small group of Southern Hivers. The boys made it just in time to scavenge the squabble.
ugly beak ones, that's ours. Nasty no-hive.
After ripping the shirts and pikes from their backs, they left the Southerners sniveling in the dirt. It was finally time for the crew to set up shop, and Feck felt he had found the perfect location. Smack dab in between Morn and Flats was a secluded island. Here, no one would be able to sneak up on them. Fertility and water's fine. Stone's over here. So we do Tech 3, beds, and makeshift walls. Well, this is looking pretty good. Build that. Alright, we're gonna have Waltow go to Bourne, try to buy some building materials. Alright, he's got some. There we go. Feck was putting the finishing touches on what would become the engine of their army. With this prison cell, he would, in theory, be able to capture some unwilling participants and convince them through hospitality to join their cause. Concession or corpse being the only two choices. Like I said, hospitality.
Looks good, boss. Who are we putting in there?
Well, right now the only thing we need more than manpower is information, and I think we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Listen here, men. Only a month ago, a small group of farmers were busting us up and taking our arms. Now I can say in confidence that we'll leave them bastards with their straw hats shoved so far up their ass, a passing caravan would mistake them for some human-shaped dreidels. Unfortunately, we got bigger fish to fry over in Grey Shelf. We need to capture one of them drones so we can get some info on that Hiver village. Now let's go bug catching. The crew headed south, and within their first minute after crossing the border, they found a patrol. Oh my god, we almost ran right into him. The plan was simple. Waltow would do his best to draw out one brave bug from the rear of the platoon and guide him back into an ambush. These bugs may have been strong, but those long flat heads held a brain no bigger than a pencil. With the Hiver knocked out, Waltow went to pick him up, but at the same time, the rest of the patrol had caught on to the ruse. The chances of them getting another Southern Hiver isolated like that was low, so Waltow hoisted the bug over his shoulder and ran back to the base. Feck fought the best that he could, but with the rest of his team down, it was only a matter of time until one of those pikes broke through his defenses. But in a bizarre turn of events, a group of goats tried to intervene in the battle. There was no telling what their motivation was, but because of their intrusion, the Southerners left the battle without taking anyone prisoner. This motherfucker got folded. Look at him. Damn. That is a perfect fold. You could slide him ass first into an Outlast vent, and he would fit perfectly. Maybe not with the backpack, but that's not bad. Hey, get up. Your sacrifice will not be forgotten, goats. We will avenge you. Come dawn, Waltow had made it back to the base and placed the bug into his new cell. Not far behind was Feck and the rest of the group. So how's he doing?
He looks pissed off.
Alright, let me talk to him.
Take me back to my hive. No hive.
Listen, Hiver, I'm willing to give you a chance. Fight with us and be free.
You insult me. I am not lost.
He's a fucking tough cookie to crack, ain't he? Well, he'll change his mind. Even 2 days later, after feeding him and patching up his wounds, he still wouldn't budge.
Crabby paltry twig man, no hive.
That's the most offensive shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. Eventually, Feck would take his weapon from him and talk to him one more time. Alright, listen here, man. You have two options. You either keep on refusing to join us and we kill you, or you just give it up and we give you unlimited dry meat.
Good luck killing me.
Okay, let's just suspend disbelief for a second and say that you do escape and kill all of us, or we just straight up let you go. The Queen has already forgotten you. I know that the pheromones are already gone. In that army, you would have never become anything other than just another drone. Here, you'll have something, some purpose, a name.
What name?
How about Tobias, my friend?
Fine. I'll tell you what I know.